Hello, friends. Today I have a very special story for you, one that reminds us that even in the darkest moments, hope can take flight and that the melody of friendship can open doors that seem impossible. So, let's begin. In the emerald green kingdom of Floravia, nestled between hills of lavender and wheat, there lived two princesses, Princess Mira and Princess Solène. The elder Princess Mira was known throughout the land for her kindness and thoughtfulness. She was often found with her nose in a book, learning about the world and its secrets. Her eyes, the color of moss after rain, held a deep understanding that belied her years. Mira loved all living things, tending to her flower and her gardens with a gentle touch. The younger princess was as bright and sunny as the day she was born. Her laughter echoed through the castle halls, and her spirit was as free and wild as the wind. While Mira found solace in books, found adventure in the royal gardens, making homes for hedgehogs in the rose bushes and braiding necklaces from wildflowers. Though different as night and day, the two sisters shared an inseparable bond, especially when it came to their love for birds. Every morning, as soon as the first rays of sunlight touched their window, they would race to the royal gardens, eager to greet their feathered friends. There were all kinds of birds in the garden: blue jays with their raucous calls, finches with their melodic tweets, nightingales with their enchanting songs, and doves with their soft coos. The birds knew the princesses well and would often return their greetings or even sing to them. But the place they loved best was an old, overgrown stone gate deep in the far corner of the gardens. Ivy climbed its cracked surface and moss carpeted its floor. The gate was always locked, and the princesses were not allowed to enter. Their nanny once told them, "That is the garden of the Skybirds, a magical place where flowers flew like butterflies and birds spoke in human tongues." But one day the song tree inside went silent and the garden closed itself. "Why?" Mira had asked, her eyes wide with worry. "No one knows," the nanny had whispered. "But legend says that when two pure hearts in harmony sing the ancient bird song, the gate will open again." From that day on, Mira practiced every morning. They learned bird songs, listened to the wind, and mimicked the chirps and coos until their voices blended in perfect harmony. And one spring morning, as the sun rose and dew sparkled, they stood before the stone gate and sang. Their voices rose like morning light, clear, soft, and filled with love. The gate creaked, ivy unraveled, and with a shimmer of golden feathers, the garden of the Skybirds awakened. Inside was the most breathtaking place they'd ever seen. Trees with feathers instead of leaves rustled softly. Flowers bloomed in every color imaginable and floated like bubbles on the breeze. Birds of every shape and size perched on branches, talking, laughing, singing in enchanting melodies. At the center stood a tall, glowing tree, the song tree, silver-trunked and sky blue in leaf. But its branches drooped and its light was fading. A wise old raven with a golden beak landed before them. "The song tree is weak," he said, his voice deep and resonant. "Its heart, the Featherstone, was lost many seasons ago. Without it, our songs grow quiet and we birds forget our words." Stepped forward, her eyes shining with determination. "We'll find the Featherstone, right?" Mira nodded, her voice firm with newfound confidence. "Where must we go?" The raven lifted a wing and pointed to the sky. "You must follow the path of wind and wings, a journey only for those who believe in harmony." With a rustle of feathers and a chorus of encouragement from their new friends, the girls embarked on their adventure. As they followed the path, they faced various trials that tested their courage, resourcefulness, and kindness. First, they had to cross a whispering wood filled with tricky paths and confusing sounds. Using their knowledge of birdsong, they were able to navigate the woods and help a lost baby bird reunite with its mother. Next, they journeyed through a valley of forgotten songs, where the birds had lost their ability to sing. Mira sang to them, sharing the beautiful melodies they had learned in their garden. And as the princesses sang, the birds remembered their songs and joined in, creating a symphony of sound that echoed through the valley. Finally, they reached a sparkling stream guarded by a grumpy troll who demanded they solve a riddle before allowing them to cross. Mira worked together, using logic and wit to outsmart the troll and gain passage. Along their journey, they also encountered many helpful creatures, including a family of deer who led them to a safe place to rest, a wise old owl who gave them advice, and a family of field mice who shared their cheese and berries. At last, after many days of searching, they reached a hidden nest atop a mountain of clouds, and there, nestled among soft feathers, lay the Featherstone, a glowing gem shaped like a bird's heart. But the moment they touched it, the wind howled, and a furious storm spirit appeared. "You cannot take what belongs to the sky," it boomed, shaking the mountain with its anger. Stepped forward, her voice ringing with newfound confidence. "We don't take it for ourselves. We bring it home, for the songs, for the garden." Mira added softly, "For hope." The spirit looked deep into their hearts and saw the truth of their words. It vanished with a soft breeze, and the Featherstone glowed brighter than ever. Overjoyed, the girls returned to the garden, placed it into the heart of the song tree, and suddenly, the garden burst into life. Flowers danced in the breeze, birds laughed and sang in all languages, and the air shimmered with joy. Then the tree's branches lifted high, and from it flew out 100 baby birds, chirping loudly as they took their first flight. New life, new songs, new beginnings. The garden of the Skybirds was alive again. From that day forward, Princess Mira and Princess visited the garden every day, not just as princesses, but as keepers of the song, guardians of harmony between earth, sky, and heart. And sometimes, if you walk in your own garden and listen closely, you might hear a bird speak your name. So ends the tale of Princess Mira and Princess Solène and the Garden of the Skybirds. Now, friends, this story reminds us that even when things seem difficult, we should never give up hope. Mira and Solène showed us that with patience, kindness, and most importantly, believing in each other, we can overcome any challenge. So believe in yourself, embrace challenges, and never stop believing in the power of friendship and hope. Just like Princess Mira and Princess, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. And who knows, maybe someday you'll discover your own magical garden filled with wonder and song. Thank you for listening.